Yay! I miss you all so much, and I hope to see you in some of our live interactions, classes, and we're also creating some other little pop-up interactions, meditations, gatherings, and things like that. So keep interacting with us either through typing or in our virtual live interactions. And I know that there's a lot going on right now. There's a lot of kind of chaos and shifts and moving around in our life, right? So it's really important to ground down into ourselves and really take some time to just feel what we're experiencing, right? Because a lot of times when we feel things, what happens is we have the feeling come up, and then our mind stamps onto it saying, oh, there's a feeling here. And then it goes into solution mode and runaway mode, distract mode, or whatever our reaction in that moment may be to that original feeling. And then we think to ourselves, oh, I'm handling my feeling, I'm processing it, I'm feeling it. And we might actually say we have a feeling that's a vulnerable feeling, maybe fear comes up. And then our mind's like, oh, I don't want to feel this fear, or I need to find a solution to not feel this fear anymore. And it goes, starts creating all kinds of things to distract us and urgency and the need to solve it, the need to run from it and not feel it anymore in some way. And then we start to have panic and anxiety and maybe even depression, other things. But these things are really just the result of not actually feeling that original feeling of fear, right? Or whatever else that original feeling was. Right. And then we think that we're feeling our feeling. We're creating narrations in our head of anxious thoughts and depressed thoughts and panic, urgent thoughts, right? Thinking we're feeling that original feeling. When in reality, we're just feeling the encased buffer, the encased result of not actually sitting with that original feeling, right? So the solution during this time is to actually give yourself the opportunity to just lay in stillness, right? You can lay on your back, you can lay on your side, to do anything that's comforting for you, right? Any, if you know yoga positions, go into a yoga pose that's soothing for you. And I like to just put my hands on the center of my chest, maybe one on my stomach, one on my chest, but wherever you feel you want to connect. And I'm going to offer a little meditation later on, so keep your eyes peeled for it, but just connect and actually feel those feelings, right? Because a lot of times feelings, they say from studies, they really are only like 90 seconds long in our body. The actual sensation of feelings, the reaction, right, the experience of it really lasts 90 seconds, if that. And then the rest of the time, it's really that process that I described, our narration, kind of keeping it alive, making it more permanent when it's really just passing through. It's just a visitor, right? So just allowing yourself to feel these feelings, recognizing they're just passing through. They're not who you are, and they're only permanent if our mind makes them that way. And who's in charge of your mind? You are. So that's a benefit in itself. So keeping that in mind, give yourself time to just feel. Like when we have an emotional reaction, pause for a moment, be like, "Whew," put your hand on your chest. That can be your subconscious anchor to remind you of this response. And just decide, hey, I'm going to breathe with this feeling, not need to solve it, not need to run from it, not need to do anything with it, right? Just simply be with it and breathe with it, right? And see where it takes you. Most likely it'll dissipate, right? Or it'll bring you to a place of clarity where you will know what to do, what the next step is to do from that, right? And you can also begin to notice when you do have a narration going on, use it to your advantage. Are you using more of a scarcity mindset or a more of an abundant mindset? A lot of times when we have very vulnerable feelings come up, our mind will like to go to the scarcity mindset, creating urgency, right? This is the only time I have to have a reaction, so I need to react now, or I need to do something now. When in reality, you have the abundant perspective, you have all the time in the world to create a response instead of a reaction. So breathe with it, see what you need to do. If you're interacting with people, create a boundary. Hey, I'm not in the space to chat right now, and that's it. So that gives you the space to really be with your feelings and honor your experience instead of reacting to the world like, oh, send darts and receive darts, it's chaos, right? Slow it down. right? So this is the beauty of all that's happening. Some of us have the opportunity to really slow it down, get to know ourselves. So I adore you all. I'm going to be offering more on all this subject of processing life, processing our feelings, processing what's happening. And I hope that you join some of our live classes because that will be offered in those as well to really help connect with the body, ground into the body, and process everything that's going on. And really be a support because it's nice to have that community. Because, as you know, it's so fun to see each other, even though right now I'm not doing a live interaction, but it's really fun when I can see all of your faces and hear you guys interact. So I want to do more of that. And I love you all so much. Stay in tune. Message me, text me, Facebook me, email me, whatever you can do. I want to hear from you. I love you. Mwah! Yay! Air hugs and emotionally charged stare downs. Bye.